This is Slasher. I'm here with Grubby at the MLG Spring Arena, Day 3, Championship Sunday before the last day of the finals here at MLG. Grubby, you've been casting this whole weekend. One of your first ever official casting tournament experiences where you did not play at all for the tournament. How has your experience been so far?
Really, really good. I've been enjoying myself, watching a lot of very high-quality games. I'm getting a lot of experience working together with professionals like JP, DJ Wheat, and Tastosis. So it's been a really, really good experience. And also, I kind of have the sense of being at a pro gaming event, but without the usual stress and tension of having to condition myself every little aspect in order to get the best possible shape for gaming. It's something that I know very well how to do, but for once, like in terms of alternating experiences, it's a really nice variation.
How has it been to cast instead of having to go through that rigorous process of training and practicing for a tournament?
Well, of course, I've also trained and practiced for casting in a sense. Like I've done a lot of spontaneous casting, and I kind of practice around with that every time when I broadcast on Twitch, my live stream. So in that sense, I have been practicing for it, and also I have done preparations on, basically the players' results in previous tournaments and so on, and just in order to hopefully give the most relevant information to the viewer as possible.
How have you enjoyed it compared to playing? Would you see this as something that you would do in the future? Or because we talked to QXC yesterday, and he still feels like he has the drive to compete, and he really wants to do that as his foremost thing that he wants to. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel the same way. But on the other hand, I've never been 100% on only gaming. Like even back in 2004 when I was winning World Championship, World Cyber Games, 2005 ESWC, I still was doing other things like writing strategy articles, making videos, interacting with the community. So that's something that has been all-encompassing ever since the start of my professional gaming career. And it's only because of services like Twitch TV, because of tournaments like MLG, and because I've become, I think, in general, a better speaker due to experience, that now I can add this kind of thing to my repertoire of things that I can do within esports. So I like to have a diversified experience, and I also hope that people can enjoy me from different sides because of this.
Do you feel like you have an advantage in your casting because you are a current top player, and since you know the current metagame and you practice a lot more? I know at some point, top casters like Artosis and Wolf and Apollo play a decent amount, but you probably play more than them because you are still a current competitor. Do you feel like you have a leg up on them in some sense?
Well, like you said, some of the casters like Apollo, Artosis, they also have a pretty good playing level, so and an experience in pro gaming. For example, Apollo won a World Cyber Games in, I believe it was Age of Empires. I hope I'm correct with that. But in any event, he won an RTS title, World Championship title, and Artosis has, of course, a very extensive experience in Brood War. But yeah, I guess I'm the only one who also is pursuing a pro gaming career right now, presently, and I feel like that kind of maybe validates some of the knowledge, some of the analysis that I'm putting into the cast. At the same time, compensating for my lack of experience with, let's say, with the camera and with the actual professional full-time live casting on a big tournament like this. So I hope that compensation is working out okay as I pick up more tips on how to deal with the studio and with the the back end and so on.
What has been your favorite thing casting so far?
It has to be the games. Like there's so many high-level players here. There were 3 protos here: MC, Parting, and Huck. So I've been enjoying their games very much. Maybe picking up some stuff and maybe just able to shed some light on what they're doing to the viewers. So I feel like watching their games and studying them and sharing that experience with the fans, and then the feedback that I've gotten from, in general, the community who has been watching has been staggeringly positive. So I feel very appreciative that they're enjoying it as much as I do.
Talking about some of the games this weekend, we have Marine King coming in now. He was the favorite going in. Now he was almost undefeated and top seed in the final day. And you have Gonzi's somewhat surprisingly getting the second seed over other players like Dong Regu, MC, and then Party and Eliminated. What are your thoughts on the game so far? What are kind of the favorite games that you've seen and or casted? And what do you think is going to be happening today?
Well, there have been a lot of really nice games, like 2-1 and 1-2 scores. But if I have to single out two performances which I found the most impressive and enjoyable, and perhaps even surprising, it's both revolving around MC. Both his 3-0 ousting of Dongregu. It was a little bit surprising to me, but when I saw how MC played, it was so good. It was just so good. It was art, and that's the kind of game that I would want to translate to real-world language and show like a parent, a person on the street, and says like, look at this. This is so awesome, and also kind of what it means within esports, within everything we know about these two players. Dongregu amazingly strong against Protoss, and MC took him out 3-0. That was really amazing. And then after that, we've got a player like Violet, who, he's a good friend. I like him a lot, and I think he's very good. But still, I thought within this player field, perhaps he will be somewhere bottom 3, bottom 4. But there we are. He's in 3rd place right now, and he did so by beating MC, who beat Dongregu. And I had the pleasure to cast those games live. He played very smart and very decisive, and he just knew how to play, and he did it really well. So as a friend, I kind of feel proud of him as well.
So I talked to you earlier, you think Thorzane is actually your pick to win DreamHack, which is going on right now.
Yeah, but I just heard that he didn't practice that much, so I kind of feel betrayed in my prediction. Yeah, well, I hope that maybe that Soccer makes it a bit further, because he's the only Protoss left in the tournament. But I also think that the best playing player should win, regardless of whatever race they are. I had Thorzane in the finals against Bolt in the prediction. Let's see if it happens.
Well, I was going to say, now, what do you think about today? Since we're going to release this interview probably after some time, we get to see if you're going to be right. So who do you have winning the final day of MLG?
Final day of MLG. Well, I always go for like the kind of exciting dark horse pick, so that if I'm right, it's like extra clairvoyant. But common sense dictates probably that we'll see Marine King winning. So I'm going to play it very safe and say probably Marine King will win.
That's a pretty good bet. We actually talked about it last night, and I have MC winning. We're going to talk about that a little later. So the final question to you is, I got a lot of heat over this, so I felt like I would ask you. To me, I dislike when the players commentate if they're played in the actual tournament that they played in. What do you think about players also commentating at the same time as playing in certain events? Do you have any problems at all? Do you think it should be encouraged, etc.?
Well, there are many perspectives to look at it from. Yeah, there are many perspectives to take a look at. I think the most important one is whether the audience finds that it creates an additional added value, and whether it's not stepping on the toes of the current casters in the tournament. So if everyone gets together and within a tournament organization, within the interplay of different positions in the tournament, and they say this is something we can do if it's more popular, and then we look at like Reddit or Team Liquid and people are like, yeah, that was so awesome, then I think that kind of validates the choice already. So I think it's nice if everyone likes and agrees to do it. I think the audience will be happy with it. So I definitely do not oppose that.
All right, well, if we're going by Reddit and Team Liquid, I am automatically wrong, so that is kind of how things are going to go.
The rule of Slasher, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be that way. All right, thank you, Grubby, and I can't wait to see how you do the rest of the weekend.
Thanks very much.